founder of MK Ventures. Mr. Kela, great having you. Thank you for taking the time out. And I would love to understand what your thoughts are about this whole quote-unquote hit job, because the market seems to have shrugged it off almost absolutely.
Yeah, hi Neeraj, good morning, and nice to be here again with you. So see, over the weekend I myself personally went through the report and also went through all the clarifications which are being issued by various parties. To be honest with you, Neeraj, I can't really find anything of any substance in the report. All the allegations and the responses which have come, they make it absolutely clear that it really looks like there is some larger purpose to this report, rather, and it is really maligning the image of someone who has so immensely contributed to Indian capital market in various roles in last few years, and there's absolutely nothing. If you have invested into certain funds because of advice of certain close friend of yours, and you redeem the fund as soon as the friend left out, I can't really find out what is wrong in all of this.
Madhu, very good morning. Tamanna here.
Mind you,
yeah.
No,
please continue.
Hi,
your
Tamanna.
point.
Hi, good morning.
Please continue your point.
No, I'm saying see that the point is that investment in the fund had nothing to do with the group stocks. That the fund did not invest into bond or equity of any of the group companies. So where is the link? I am not able to understand that.
No, I just wanted to get your perspective, Madhu, on why do you think this has come about right now? And you know, we've been making this point about conflict of interest. Through these smokes and mirror, what Hindenburg is trying to tell anyone who invests in Indian markets is that you cannot trust the system. You cannot trust SEBI, you cannot trust the SEBI chair, you cannot trust them to protect your rights as investors. That's the core message they're trying to put forward, and saying that there's a conflict of interest. But if you reverse it and see, isn't it a conflict of interest for Hindenburg? Because they're supposed to answer some questions. And instead of doing that, they're doing this. My question is that why this attempt to shake the faith of investors?
That is why I'm saying it looks like a real attack. It is not about one individual, or it is not about one corporate house. It looks more an attack on the country. And they are trying to really malign and basically malign the image of the whole country. And your point is right. And you know, who are they to say that you can't trust the system? I think we are one of the finest and the best regulators in the world. Both RBI and SEBI over the years have done such fantastic job. And the other point is that, you know, the allegation which you are putting, that is putting their own credibility at stake now. Because Tamanna, if you see the report very carefully, there is nothing substantial with their even alleging. I think the points are being made for the sake of it. So it looks like to me, it looks like a larger conspiracy at some different level and at a country level. It has nothing to do with an individual. As you rightly said, they are being issued show cause notice. So rather than applying to that show cause notice, now we are putting an allegation on the regulator itself.
Okay.
And that too on an individual whose image has been spanky clean over the last 30 years.
Exactly. So, you know, there is obviously, we are a democracy, we have all kinds of voices today, and people watching will be wondering, okay, how do I know that, you know, these comments that I'm seeing right now, are they unbiased, are they fair, are they in the interest of investors? Because we live in that kind of a world, Madhu, you know, where everything is so polarized. I want to ask you very, very clearly that as per the allegations, and you said you spent all weekend reading what Hindenburg has said, what Madhvi Puri Butch and Dhaval Butch have said, what SEBI has said, what Amphi has said, what Blackstone has said, what 361 WAM has said. Is there an iota of concern which needs to be investigated at this point in your mind? Something that we need to check out to be above board?
I will be very clear, very vocal. I will not mince any word. To my mind, and I've been in the market for more than 33 years, right? To my mind, it is crystal clear, and there is nothing which has, you investigate when you are in doubt. I can't understand where is the doubt. And what do we need to investigate? If you are a private individual, and if you invested money in a fund, right, when you were a private individual, and you redeemed the fund as soon as the basis on which you made the investment, came out. So what is there to investigate? I think that the real serious issue would have been if the fund had invested, if the money was invested at that point of time, and the money directly would have been invested in the group stocks, and they were continuing even till now. Then one can understand there could be some link. But whatsoever, I think the fund was redeemed in 2018, it was invested in 2015, and that fund had nothing to do with the Adani group of companies. They did not invest in Adani group stocks, neither they invested in Adani group bonds. So that is point number one. The other allegation which they made is Mr. Dhaval is working with Blackstone. Now he has a clear expertise in the supply chain and logistics area. And as a professional, if he is working for a professional company, what is wrong in that? And where is the link between the two? He has nothing to do with the real estate business of Blackstone.
That's true. That's true. And REITs have been such a fantastic instrument. Sorry, please continue.
She is running some.
Please continue.
Yeah, the third allegation is that she is running, the chairperson is running some private company and she is doing consulting. Again, she has made it very, very clear that as soon as she got into SEBI, she has relinquished all of that, and those companies have become dormant companies. And if she was not in SEBI, what is wrong in giving consultancy to someone else? So to me, Neeraj, it looks completely malicious, and it looks like an attack on the country rather than an individual. To question the basic credibility of a regulator in a country like India, wherein the regulator has done and demonstrated such a fantastic job, and she has demonstrated such a phenomenal career over the last 30 years. I think it looks, as I once again repeat, it looks larger than what all of us can see, and it is part of some real conspiracy, and it looks like a desperate attempt to malign image of an individual.
Got it. Yeah, most certainly, and maybe time for therefore people to stand behind that individual as well, who's done such a fabulous work for the capital markets. My question, though, Mr. Kela, is this: that the average viewer on the street who looks up to opinion from people like you must be wondering that if Mr. Kela is saying that this is a part of a larger conspiracy, can it have a larger than currently noticeable impact on Indian risk assets, particularly equity markets? What's your sense? We've seen this tape play out before, wherein the impact was fairly large. Do you believe this time is different?
Now, I don't think so it will have that kind of an impact, Neeraj, to best of my understanding and knowledge of the market. And I don't think investors need to worry because of this incident that markets will destabilize or it will have some significant correction and all. Not because of this. Tomorrow morning something else may happen in the markets, and that may take its own course. But because of this, I don't think, it will, obviously the noises will generally last for a few days. But I can't see any substance in all of these allegations specifically after reading the clarification issued by various parties that Tamanna very rightly pointed out. I can't see anything substantial that which will destabilize the markets or will cause any significant corrections.
Last question, Mr. Kela, and this is because so many people who invest in the Indian markets look up to you, and your philosophy in the markets. What is your message for investors right now who obviously have the faith in the markets but want to make sure that that faith won't be shaken?
Yeah, the message is very clear, Tamanna. It is a basically believe in the country. It is believe in the growth prospect of India, which is going to play out over next 1 or 2 decades, right? And these kind of instances should not cause any doubt or fear in investors' mind. Rather, they should use this as an opportunity to buy or to build whatever they want to build. Having said this, I would say certainly one thing, that we have seen significant gains in the markets over the last 3 years, and they have been significantly above the average gains which are being made in the last 25 years. So people must not extrapolate the kind of returns which you made in last 3-4 years in individual companies or market by and large. So when you are getting into the market today, you should have moderate expectation that, ultimately this is an asset class and it will only deliver returns to the extent of earning, and it can't just on the basis of PE multiple re-rating, you can't just keep getting 30-35% return every year. So that is the thing which you must keep in mind, that it is an asset class. You must stick to your overall portfolio allocation into various asset classes and invest into India with a medium to long-term perspective. And as you have made money in last 20 years, I think there is still a lot of India story to go, and there will be a lot more money which will get made in the long run in investing in India, and specifically in equities.
Yeah, I think this is such a great message. Believe in the India story. Keep your return expectations logical, because what's happened in the past need not happen in the future. But if you have faith in the India story, there's a lot of money to be made if you invest logically. Mr. Madhusudan Kela, such a pleasure to have you, and such an important day to have your view on what's happened. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neeraj. Thank you so much.
Right, that's an important market voice, laying it out as he sees it. It's a large institutional voice as well, by the way. MK Ventures and Singularity AMC by themselves.